Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right, folks, let's get into the action on today's date. Today's day, again, is Tuesday, June 25th, 2013. Bottom line, markets are bouncing back today, although it's been somewhat of a minor bounce back day considering how much we've dropped recently. And one thing I've noticed, there's two factors that are key to today's action and further upside in the markets if we're going to continue to bounce over the next few days. We've conquered one of those factors already. And this is something I talked to my members last night about in our technical analysis video, which is just for members. But again, if you take a look at this trend, right, take a look at this high pivot here to this high, which matches perfectly to yesterday's high. We got above that today and we confirmed. So that's number one. You've got through that. The next stage now, which is extremely important, is can you get through the high and confirm through the high of yesterday? And that level is right around the 158.45 to 50 level. All right, so I think it's right around 158.50. Now, right now we're trading right there, and we've been trading there all morning long and all afternoon long, but we haven't yet confirmed above it. And again, the proprietary confirmation signal is what we're looking for. If you can confirm by the close, it should open us up to further gains in the next few days. We should see easy gains going into the next few days, which again could enlighten this market to upside possibly as high as 162 to 163 on the S&P, or I should say the SPY, which again would be about a 50-point bounce on the S&P 500 here. All right, just to go over the indices, S&P's up about 15 points, Dow's up 113, and the Nasdaq's up 21. So again, you're up about 0.75% to 1% across the board on these indices. Now, going to the daily chart here, guys, you can see yesterday we came down and pierced this white trend line. This white trend line is very important because it matches perfectly with the highs from 2007, which are right back here. If I zoom out, you can see 2007, the pivot high. The reason why that's important is it's a retrace back to the key level that was important to this market, which was the all-time high back in '07 before we took out that high this year. So it's a retrace back to retest that high. And that's one of the reasons why I had my members accumulating a few longs over the last, few days, just because of that aspect, because I knew we were coming into it. And we picked up another long yesterday. The Spiders long, for instance, were in the money already, $1 on that one, which is always nice. And again, just understanding these charts and how to trade them gives you such an advantage, an amazing advantage to making money in this market. And again, the PPT methodology, second to none, getting you on the right side of the trade, 8 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times. And I mean, there's no one else batting that average, I'll tell you that much. All right, couple other things to go over here, folks. Here's the intraday. I want to flip over to a couple other charts. First off, the dollar today is basically flat to slightly higher. We're really trading inside of yesterday's move. So if you take the high from yesterday and drag it right here and the lows from yesterday, we're basically right in the upper ranges of that. That means there's nothing much going on here. You're still into resistance on the daily chart. If we flip to the daily, you can see we're still kind of hovering right into the 50 MA. And again, unless we get above that and confirm, you would expect resistance to continue to be a major inhibitor to upside short term in the dollar. Gold today down slightly, down 50 cents. Nothing doing there on the GLD. SLV flat on the day, down 5 cents. Again, nothing doing there. USO, which is oil, up 14 cents. A minor little uptick, but again, very little action going on in the commodities area. Now, again, the key to today's upside is very simple. All right, it's all about bonds and rates. All right, so if you look at the rate today, we got the 10-year, right? The 10-year's up slightly on the day, but it's actually fallen off the highs of the day. And the way you could track this is by looking at the IEF. The IEF is the iShares 7 to 10-year, which basically tracks bonds, right? So what you could see here is that this chart follows and tracks the S&P 500 or the SPY perfectly. So as this is falling, the markets are falling. As this is going up, the markets are going up, down, up, and down, up. And notice how you're kind of in this consolidation pattern. It's the same consolidation pattern that the spiders have. Okay, guys? And again, just be aware of that. I think it's so important to understand. And again, what I can do here is just briefly bring it up to you. And just look at the spiders here on an intraday basis. Look at this pattern first on the IEF. And then look at this pattern. Same thing. Down, up, choppy, sideways action. Right now, let's go back to the IEF. Down, up, choppy, sideways action. And again, guys, what this is telling you is this is telling you where essentially rates are going. So rates opened higher and have pulled back, and then they chopped up a little bit and they chopped sideways the rest of the day. That's exactly what the market has done. Okay, folks? So just be aware of that. Very interesting to kind of note and see how that is all playing out right now for, you know, the analysis sake of understanding where this market's going short term. Couple stocks out there. Apple weak today. All right, Apple just can't catch a bid. It's below the key master level of 420. This is a level that I gave our members quite a while ago, and it's just continued to be an amazing level, folks. This is a major pivot point. And again, it was a pivot point. We bought Apple right here. Right up here, we sold. Okay, then it came back down, broke back up. We came back here. We said it would bounce. It bounced, and then it's broken back below again. But see how this is a major pivot point? As long as you're below, downside support is right here, and you could even go lower. I still have projections that Apple's going down to about 350 to 360 before it puts in a bottom. So I'm just telling you right now, don't be surprised if Apple does go lower, even below the 52-week lows in the next month or two. All right, again, 350 to 360 is the master level. That's what you're looking for. All right, couple other things to go over here, guys. IBM today up $1.45. Nice bounce back on IBM. Take a look at Chevron today. Good bounce back, 50-cent bounce back there. Google's still negative on the day. It's a little weak there, but financials are really leading the charge. JP Morgan up $1.27. Notice how it closed below the 50. Now, the amateur's going to say, oh, that's ugly. That's bad. I say it doesn't mean anything to me. It's still positive. Now, how do I know more than the amateur? Well, obviously, I've been trading for way longer. I've been trading for, well over a decade at this point. But the key here is to understand that you never confirm below the 50 MA. And if you've taken my Elite Keys to Unlimited Success webinar, which is proprietary information that I teach, then you know exactly what I'm talking about here. And you can't trust a breakdown on a close below. It needs to confirm. And sure enough, the bounce back today is just showing you that we would be in the right camp by not looking to short it or not being bearish on it and actually looking for a bounce, and that's exactly what it gave us. Goldman Sachs also strong today. Same thing on Goldman, never confirmed below the 50. Bouncing back, hasn't recaptured the 50 MA yet, but again, I personally think that the choppiness will continue, but the markets will start to float up into next week's. You remember you have the July 4th holiday, the holiday volume. People are going to go on vacation, and I do think that the markets will overall see a nice little float, maybe as high as the 162, 163 level. All right, guys. On that note, I'm going to step aside, go back to check the spiders. Remember, you're watching for confirmation. Looks like we might be getting it here shortly, folks, as we are at the highs of the day here. So be aware, this could be a positive indicator going into the next few days. All right, folks, again, take care. Talk to you soon. Come take the 7-day free trial. And again, join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com.